I feel that it was not a match made in heaven.
They had to prop her up during the ceremony.
I felt like this was one of the strangest weddings that I'd ever performed.
And this is certainly one of the stranger stories we've ever told. It involves a blushing bride of 93 and a bridegroom about half her age, a mere 48. The bride's name is Catherine Doliani, and during her better than 9 decades, this previously unwed businesswoman single-handedly amassed one of the greatest fortunes in San Francisco history: real estate, mansions, and millions of dollars. But when old age finally caught up with Catherine Doliani, she reportedly fell into the hands of this man, William Von Weiland, a rather flamboyant fellow who at times claimed to be a European baron, but who actually was born in South Carolina and raised in New Mexico.
I have put Queen of England as my mother, Oz as my birthplace a number of times.
He had Baron written on some of the furniture, Baron Von Weiland.
So no royal or blue blood?
Not that I'm aware of.
But investigators are now painfully aware that one day last spring, William Von Weiland and a feeble Catherine Doliani turned up on the Nevada side of Lake Tahoe at one of the many quickie wedding parlors that dot the shoreline, a place called Love's Lake Tahoe Wedding Chapel, where the Reverend Dan the Marrying Man Rawls was enlisted to marry Catherine Doliani and William Von Weiland.
She would look at me, she would stare like, well, am I really doing this, or I can't believe I'm really getting married, or I wonder why I'm getting married. There's several things that might have been going through her head.
Was it a joyous occasion?
It's not what I call a joyous occasion.
They brought a woman in frail health up to a high-altitude place and arranged a sham marriage for money. That was the bottom line.
And after this rather unusual ceremony, these unlikely newlyweds settled down to married life here in the splendor and elegance of Catherine Doliani's grand mansion on San Francisco's prestigious Lion Street. But despite all the heavenly surroundings, as we said earlier, this was one union that did not seem to have heaven's sanction. And it wasn't long before all hell broke loose.
Counsel has made a very reckless statement accusing somebody of something when he knows he has no evidence. If he does, just a moment. If he does have evidence, Your Honor, I'd like to know what the evidence is.
And within weeks, this seemingly star-crossed marriage was before the courts, as Catherine Doliani's relatives sought to have the ceremony annulled, claiming that over the years, William Von Weiland, his longtime live-in male companion John Simeon, and an accountant by the name of William Schott had systematically plundered Catherine Doliani's vast fortune, and that the quickie Lake Tahoe marriage was just a last-ditch effort to maintain control over the frail 93-year-old woman and to avoid getting busted.
We have medical evidence that she began to deteriorate a few years ago, and that's when these individuals moved in to try to take advantage of it.
And at the time of the early hearings in the case, we tried to get William Von Weiland's side of the story, but he refused. So instead, we asked him about life at home.
Why did you get married to Catherine?
Sorry, I have no comment at this time.
How was married life?
Can we get out of here?
But now, less than 1 year after that strange ceremony on the mountain, wedding bells have turned into jail cells for both the former husband, William Von Weiland, and the accountant, William Schott. We did say former husband, for in addition to indicting Von Weiland and Schott on numerous felony charges, a San Francisco judge also recently agreed to formally annul the marriage of Catherine Doliani, who, by the way, is now back under a nurse's care at her stately mansion on that San Francisco hilltop.
I think the district attorney is trying to send a clear message, at least to the people in the Bay Area, that this type of conduct is not going to be tolerated, and it'll be a lesson, especially with an aging population, that you have to treat them with dignity and respect.